Hi guys, we're still in Eje Cafetero, and today I'm going to Pereira, one of the biggest cities here in Eje Cafetero. So let's first find the bus. I'm here on the streets of Santa Rosa de Cabal, so I need to find the bus first before I can get to Pereira. And I think it must be somewhere close to the park, to the central park in the city. So that's where I'm heading to right now. So let's go and figure it out. I think I found the stop. It's right here, so they will be passing through here, and I just have to signalize that I want to go to Pereira. I just need to stop them. That's the basic idea. So let's go, and there's one coming over there. Let's see, maybe that's our bus. Yeah, I just made it on the bus, so I think that's the right one. At least it says Pereira there, and the direction is correct. That's for sure. So let's go and see. I think it takes only half an hour or so to get there, so I'll be there fast. See you there. Okay guys, here we are. We just arrived to Pereira. So let's first go to the city center and check out what they have there. But here they have some markets. Clearly it's Sunday, so a lot of things happening here in the streets of Pereira. To be honest, I haven't heard much about the city. I just know that it's one of the biggest cities here in Eje Cafetero, in the coffee axis. What do you call it? Yeah, in the coffee region of Colombia. And it seems to be, from what I know, quite similar to Manizales, but maybe a bit bigger. Actually, it looks a bit bigger to me, judging by the buildings. Yeah, like the tall buildings, you know. So let's check it out. So we have now arrived at the Calle de la Fundación, the Foundation Street, and ChatGPT just told me that it's a place where many cultural events take place, but apparently not right now. Well, not at 10 a.m. on Sunday, I guess. Yeah. And they have those German pharmacies, by the way. It's just the name of the brand. I don't think it has much to do with Germany, but yeah, that's just the way it is. And it's pretty much the very city center of Pereira. So you see, it looks a bit different from Manizales. I would say Manizales is much smaller, so the buildings are not that tall as they are here. Here it gives me a bit of a different vibes, maybe like Cali or something like that. Somehow, I don't know, like the palm trees and the tall buildings, you know. Although you have in Manizales also some tall buildings, but not in the very city center. Not so many of them as here. Anyway, let's go and see if there are any cultural events taking place here. And they even have the street lights with the seconds. It's the first time I see this here, I think, in Colombia, if I'm not mistaken right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe that's not the only place, but not so common. And a lot of Chinese food here in Eje Cafetero. I don't know why, but it's very, very popular here. You find a lot of Chinese fast food, Chinese rice and stuff. So mostly rice, that's what people like here. Arroz chino, as they call it. So Chinese rice with vegetables and meat stuff, you know. Yeah, so I don't think there are many cultural events taking place here right now. Let's go check out the next place. Alright, so what I see here is that they have those buses that are similar to Transmilenio, and they have the stations that are similar to those in Bogota. So maybe that's why I get these vibes from of a big city like Cali or Bogota, basically, yeah. Because they don't have this in Manizales. I think Manizales is a bit smaller than Pereira. It seems so. You tell me if there's anyone from here, from Eje Cafetero, here on my channel. I don't think I have many subscribers from there, but let me know if there are any. You have a lot of cafeterias, definitely, a lot of bakeries here. That's one thing I see. There's a culture of spending time in the bakeries, actually, and they're open up until late, very late. All right, So we're now heading to the what do you call it? We're now heading to the Cathedral of Pereira. I think it's called Nuestra Señora de Pobreza, something like that. Our Lady of the poor, of poorness. What do you call it? Poorness, maybe. Yeah. So it will be a good fit for me. With someone. I'm not old and bankrupt, but yeah, it still fits me well. Let's go and check out the Cathedral of the Lady of the Poor of Pereira. Pereira? I don't know what he said. He said something Pereira. Let's see, here you have the Chantaduro. I think maybe the sir is coming from Cali. I would assume so. I'll take a look here. They have lots of music and oh, yeah, here. The ladies singing. I thought it's like a church singing, but they don't have the typical clothes of a. No, they have the typical clothes, but they don't have the typical music for a church singing, let's say. And you have those ice cream vendors that they always ring their bell so that people hear them well. Yeah. Well, here we have a sir on a horse. I don't know what it means exactly. Well, let's check it out. What it says here. It says, oh, it's Plaza de Bolivar. Okay, so it's from the 19th century. So it's a historical part of Pereira. So this is Plaza de Bolivar, so this must be Simon Bolívar, I assume. Yeah. Oh, damn. This is some 18+ content here. So it's Bolivar naked from 63. Sorry, kids, but you have to live with that now. So it's still before 12, so there are not so many people in the church, I think. It will be more full at 12 or so. So let's go check it out. Already from the inside you can tell it looks different from the churches that saw in Manizales. Oh. Okay. Not everyone is having a good day today, huh? You can tell they use a lot of wood here. That's something I saw in Santa Rosa de Cabal in Manizales, and I don't see it so much in other places. Look, it looks beautiful. There are people watching football on their phones here. I mean, whatever works for you. Give it 9 out of 10. Alright, so we're still walking here in the city center, and we'll be approaching the Park of the Liberty very soon. So let's see if it's worth seeing. There is so much to do there in the Park of Liberty. I don't know about that. This must be Kuka, maybe. I'm not so sure, but it looks like Kuka, which I wanted to try, but I don't want to buy the whole bag right now. Yeah, why I want to try Kuka? Because actually Kuka is a word for several things here. So it's first, it may mean something neutral, which I'm not aware of the meaning, but also it means vagina, but also it means a type of a cookie here, and I think they call it kuka because the way it sounds, cookie, kuka, I think that's where it comes from, yeah. But I had a bit of an awkward moment when I went to a bakery and asked for a kuka, and the guy asked me, what the hell do you want? Like a vagina? I said no. I said it's a cookie, galleta. But yeah, not everyone understands what I mean when I say I want a hookah, so I have to be careful. That's why when I entered a bakery where the old lady was working, I didn't ask her if she has a hookah. I asked her, I started by telling the story that there is a cookie that is called that way, and if she has one, because that would be awkward to ask an old lady if she has a hookah. But you tell me what you think about it. So we now made it to the Park of Liberty. Let's say have some cigarillos here, normal stuff. There are many people chilling here since it's Sunday, so many people just relaxing, drinking their coffee. Oh, also not just coffee, they're drinking some hard alcohol there, hard liquor. There are some men playing something, I guess. I don't know. Oh, this is the traditional Colombian game. It's like, what do you call it? I don't know the name, but yeah. Oh, they're all playing it. Take a look. They're all playing the same game. I played it. Well, this one is a complicated one. It's longer than the traditional one that I know. But yeah, basically you have to move your things all the way there. Hormigas cucarachas. He sells cucarachas, the cockroaches. Okay. Okay, no, it's veneno. Okay, he doesn't sell cucarachas. He sells the stuff to kill cucarachas, basically. I thought he's selling the cockroaches. Yeah. It said the veneno, so it's stuff to kill them. All right. I think I'm out of this world today. Somehow I'm not following the reality. You cannot perceive correctly. Yeah, but also the used shoes and the books here. Different stuff here. Basically, almost anything you want here that you can find. Let's go to the center and see what they have there in the center of the park. Oh, that's for the smokers. Ah, no, that's not for the smokers. That's for that's like a remedy from CBD, you know, from the marijuana stuff. And you have here obviously the police. So yeah, guys, this is basically the Park of Liberty right here. What do you reckon, guys? I give it 8 out of 10. It's pretty clean. You have some stuff to buy. You have Tinto, obviously, as well. And also the old man playing traditional Colombian games. So yeah. And you have some bread here as well. You have different kind of stuff. Whatever you want. But they have some more fun music here. Let's check it out. I've never heard a music like that in a church. Here. They even have the buñuelos and food to munch on. I think that's not the Catholic. This must be the Cristianos, what they call themselves. What do they call them? The Protestant church, because they like to sing. It's not a Catholic singing there. At least as far as I know. You correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not an expert on Catholicism, but I think that's the Cristianos, the typical Cristiano music. But I've never been in a Cristiano church before. So yeah, I was just told by that the parques, the level of the game that they play here, it can be with 8 stations, I think. So you have different number of stations there, and it seems that everyone is playing the same one here, and they play for money actually. And this one is even more colorful. I think this one here, yeah, they have more colors, so it seems to be more modern, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I only played the small one with the 4 stations, but they play for money. I didn't know that, so there is some gambling involved here. I don't think that's legal, but who cares, right? I don't care if something is legal or not. I care as long as it's according to my values, let's say. And if people want to play for money and lose their money or win money on the other people, I don't care. I think that's fine. As long as there is a free will, it's fine by me. All right, let's go and check out a bit of more of the Pereira. Alright guys, so it seems there's not much to see in the city center, so we're now going outside of the city center to see what's going on here. And we are now entering another area, which seems to be also quite busy, judging by the map. And we even have a bear over there. You don't see that maybe, but there is a monument of a bear. Maybe naked also, like Simon Bolívar, but I'm not so sure about it. Anyway, here we're crossing the bridge, and there is some people chilling there next to the bear. And yeah, that's basically Pereira for you. Somehow depressing, I don't know why, but it has a bit of a depressing vibe here compared to Manizales, where people are more cheerful. But maybe because it's early in the morning and people are still well, some of them are getting back to life after Saturday party or whatever was going on yesterday, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's the reason why. But let's move on to the outskirts of the city. And you have many casinos here. Here is one as well, so I saw a lot of them in Manizales, and also here I see quite a lot of them. Okay, we're now going into the deep. Must be smelling like shit here, but actually not so bad. Not as bad as I thought it would. Okay, we have a cheaper Airbnb, I guess. And right, I made it out. Building the road here, as you can tell. A lot going on here. Let's see if I can cross this road, this street. Yeah, there is a traffic light right there, I didn't see it. Yeah, but somehow it does look a bit different from Manizales, I can tell you that. It's still not as big as Bogota, obviously. Bogota has like 8 million people living there, and here maybe, I don't know how many, 1 million, maybe 800,000, maybe 600,000. I don't know how many exactly, but it's not as big. But yeah, here a lot to do. No, you don't have a lot to do here, as it seems to me. You'll play parques in the park, which makes sense, and that's it basically. People like biking here, so you have a lot of shops with the biking equipment. You see that a lot. Also running, jogging is what you see quite a lot here. So people do take care about their health and the way they look. You can tell that there is a difference depending on the culture. You go from one country to another, and you see there are countries where people really care about how they look and about their health, and there are countries where people don't care at all. And you can tell that Colombia is one of the countries, and especially here, the interior part of Colombia, where people do take care of their health and the way they look, definitely. Dulce Pacifico. Okay, this is like a Pacific restaurant. Pacific Ocean. So basically, what do you call it? Cali is close to Pacific, and there are more black people living there. So it's, you can tell if you go there, the culture is different. The way people look, the way people talk, the food is different. Yeah, I forgot the name now of the Buenaventura, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I correct myself in the titles right here. But I think it used to be one of the most dangerous cities in Colombia, and it's located on the Pacific Ocean, on the coast here in Colombia. I still haven't been there, but I've been to Cali, which is a bit close. All right, here we have the buses. I don't know if that's the terminal, but I have to go back to Manizales today. So let's keep on walking and see if we get there. All right, guys, we made it to the terminal, the bus station. So now I'll just be looking for the bus that will bring me to Manizales. And I need to find it. Well, I think it will be easier. I hope so. Let's just go inside and see what they have to offer. Here you have different kind of companies. You need to look for one that says Manizales Directo or Manizales, better Manizales Directo. Medellin, Ibagué, maybe the one I know already, maybe the Arauca. Yeah, actually that's the one I came with. It was not very reliable, but let's hope it will be different this time. Yeah, let's get our ticket here. I think it will be a good option. At least it says Directo. Manizales Directo. ¿Hay Directo? Okay, muy bien. Alright, here's a direct bus there.
Dame documento.
¿Cómo?
Documento.
Documento, ya, momento. Yo tengo una foto. ¿Está bien? Porque no tengo original. A ver. Ay, 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 ay. Acá tiene usted. Okay, so it says that they say it is direct. Let's see. And it has to be 18,000 according to the price list right here. So I think it will be, yeah, like 4 euros or so. Let's see. Ya está saliendo, ¿no? Okay, gracias. Okay. Let's see. It's said that it will be this one. Maybe this is salida 4. Actually, I want to go to the toilet. I don't know if I'll make it. Maybe I'll make a stop on my way there. Let's see which one is that. Oh, this one, Espresso Manizales. Yeah, this is the one I need. I think so. Yeah. Alright, guys. Anyway, let me know what you think about Pereira and Eje Cafetero in general. Comment down below. Like the video if you don't like it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Write the angry comments, because you know I want to hear everything. Take care, guys.